Hey, what's up everyone, Griffin here, and I wanted to make a follow-up video to that first moto vlog I posted the other day on this new Griffin's Garage YouTube channel. So like I mentioned, I have a 2021 Triumph Street Triple R, and I brought a couple slight modifications, mostly just cosmetic, to the bike. But I wanted to make a video today speaking about what those slight modifications were, as well as my experience with the bike over the past 2 years of having it. So let's get into it. Alright, so first and foremost, here's what the bike looks like. Like I said, it's a 2021 Triumph Street Triple R, and this is actually the low ride height model. So for this model year, I don't know if they still do this, but they had the regular seat height and then they had a low ride height model. Now, I know, okay, don't judge me, I'm like 5'7.5" on a good day, so for me this is like the perfect size bike. That being said, I totally wouldn't have minded getting the just regular height either. I was essentially waiting actually on a Trident 660, and this was like 2 years ago, back when they were totally back ordered. My local dealer sent me a message and was like, hey, we have this in stock, you can come pick it up literally today. So that's what I did, and honestly I don't regret it, because I think with the Trident 660 I kind of would have been wanting for more power essentially. So this thing has 115 horsepower, which honestly for me as a relatively newer rider, again, I've only had my license now, this is my 3rd season, it's like the perfect amount of power. It doesn't necessarily have that much top end on like the highway, but for zipping around town and, you know, just passing people, it is an absolute beast of a machine. Really love the bike, and so for this reason I have done a couple little slight modifications to it. So we'll start up here. The first thing were the mirrors. So initially when I got the bike, the mirrors were like these big stalks coming out. I'll put a photo somewhere here. I just never really liked that look. So I got these bar end mirrors off of Amazon. Honestly, they're pretty small. Like you can't really see that well in them. However, I think it looks a heck of a lot better. It just looks like a cleaner look. And I'm pretty sure they cost me like 30 bucks last season. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Are you a fan of bar end mirrors, or would you have preferred leaving these big stalks? To me, they kind of just looked like rabbit ears and took away from the sleekness of this bike. Now the second thing I did, which I've since removed actually, are these lights back here as well as here. So for some reason this model year, only the RS model came stock with the LED blinker lights, which is a shame, because for basically, what was it, like 12,000 plus all the fees bike, having lights like this is, in my opinion, kind of unacceptable, and they look like crap. I bought some LED lights off of Amazon, installed them myself, but the problem was they were just not bright at all, so quite dangerous in traffic. Like no one could actually see where I was trying to go. So I've since switched them all back to these halogen lights, or whatever these are, but I'm going to probably end up buying some ones directly from Triumph. They just cost like 200 bucks though, so I haven't really had the time or the will to buy those and install them. However, that is something that I will do. Now speaking about the back here, as we can see, I've also removed the back pegs for the secondary rider. To me, it just looks a lot sleeker, right? So we've just got the big tire here and then the sleek sort of tail of the bike. Now, by removing these, I also ended up putting a little smaller tailplate, because before it was this super large type of like overhanging plate that just looked really bad in my opinion. So this to me looks a lot better, and is kind of just a prerequisite for any sporty looking bike. Now other than that though, for now, not much has been done to the bike except the exhaust, which we'll talk about shortly. The bike did come stock with a quick shifter, which is absolutely awesome when you're just ripping it down the highway. Just takes out the need to use the clutch, and it's just a great feature. So that's something I really like. Not sure how much that costs OEM. This one just came with the bike as an add-on that was there already. Otherwise, one of the things I kind of dislike about this bike is the fact that, okay, sure, it's a naked bike, meaning also it doesn't have any form of wind protection, as we can see here. This thing offers absolutely no protection. So for a bike that has like 110 horsepower and I only weigh like 140, you can easily get up to the 120 range plus, and at 120, it's almost unbearable, the wind pressure against you like on the highway. So that's one of the pitfalls of having a naked bike. And in the future, if I ever get another bike, there will probably be a windscreen if I get some type of like Aprilia or Ducati. But they do make these sort of little windscreens you can put on here. Some of them are like this long. To me, it doesn't look like it's worth it for the money. And then they make this other one that just looks fucking dumb in my opinion. It's like 90 degrees, which would probably work, but again, would take away from the lines and look of the bike. Now finally, no bike is complete without an exhaust, right? And if you're in the market for exhausts, you know just how much they can run up. Easily $1,000 for like the Yoshis, the SC projects, as well as what are some of the other ones, like Akrapovic and stuff. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I ended up like, I didn't want to spend $600, $700, $800, $1,000 on an exhaust system. So I got this one off of eBay, okay, which might sound crazy, but it's actually freaking awesome. It's called the Dominator R. It has a full carbon tip, like this is actually carbon. And it's from, it was made and shipped from Poland. So even though it's from eBay, it wasn't like made in China or anything. It was actually made in Poland. And I just happened to find it on eBay. Installed it last year. The installation process was absolutely agonizing though. It took me like 4 hours with my dad. It simply did not fit. Like the fitting down here simply did not fit. We had to like bend the pipe and essentially make it fit ourselves. So that was definitely a huge downfall. However, I find it sounds absolutely awesome and I don't regret it whatsoever. Pretty sure it cost around 350 bucks, and here in Canada it took like a week to arrive. So really not that long considering it was coming from Poland, and I'm extremely happy with that. I'll try to put some comparison clips of the sound with the stock versus this Dominator R exhaust system so you can see for yourself. Pretty much it for now though. I don't really plan on putting anything else other than those headlights, well, the indicator lights like I mentioned earlier. If you have a Triumph Street Triple or any other bike, what are some modifications that you think are prerequisites and absolutely essential for the bike? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know. And on that note, I'll see you in the next motovlog.